All right, Medco Health Solutions said today it remains open to buying up rivals, but it doesn't need to. The largest U.S. pharmacy benefits manager is already gaining market share, and that's boosted its profit by 13.5% last quarter. David Snow, CEO of Medco, joins us now for a first on Bloomberg interview. David, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
You have $2 billion in cash on the balance sheet. Are you going to buy a railroad?
No.
No. I mean, what do you plan on doing with this money? You say you don't have to buy a competitor, which is good news, I guess, for your shareholders. But what kind of purchase would you look at?
Well, you know, there are three things you can consider when you have that kind of cash. You can look at acquisitions, and we've always been opportunistic acquisitors. Beyond that, to the extent we've had more cash than we felt we needed, and to the extent we wanted to have a good ROIC for our shareholders, we've used stock buyback. The third choice would be a dividend, and when you look at our growth rates and the sorts of opportunities we're taking advantage of, we don't really want to lock ourselves into a permanent commitment like a dividend right now. So on the acquisition front, we've been usually expanding our footprint. We have not been bolting on things that are in our core space because we've had plenty of organic growth all by ourselves without those bolt-ons. However, as you know, there has been a lot of talk about health plans with in-house PBMs who might consider selling, and what I've just indicated is we clearly look at them in an opportunistic way.
All right, so net here, that extra money could go for acquisitions, could also do share repurchases.
That's correct.
All right, let's talk a little bit about healthcare, because it was interesting. There was a story just yesterday about how you guys and CVS Caremark extended your contracts with Blue Cross and Blue Shield. That's extending pharmacy services to about 5 million federal employees. That's a big deal for you guys, isn't it?
It is. It's a big account for us.
All right, give me an idea in terms of the financial impact.
Well, we've had them now for a number of years.
Right.
And this was simply a renewal for another year. So the financial impact is steady as she goes. It's in our 2010 guidance, which was, as you may recall, 17 to 22% GAAP EPS growth over our already upped 2009 numbers. So it's in those numbers. That retention is good. It's part of about $15 billion worth of business we've retained going into 2010, on top of the $4 billion of new name business we mentioned in the call. So it's big, but it's a retention. It's not a new win. It's not additive to our.
But you're glad you've got it.
It's very important to us. It's a great account.
Let's talk about healthcare reform. I'm sure it's something that everybody wants to talk about with you on TV shows and at dinner parties, et cetera. How does it affect your industry?
The PBM industry at the moment is not in the middle of this debate. We're sort of on the sidelines. I would say, health plans and brand pharma have been more in the middle of this. If you look at the Baucus bill, physicians and hospitals have also been pulled into the middle of this relative to, those who have to worry most. From Medco's point of view, we see a lot of opportunity in healthcare reform. In fact, I've been doing a lot of public speaking myself on the right way to reform healthcare in this country because I'm a big believer that we need to. We're not looking at anything serious right now that would in any way harm Medco as a company. We see lots of opportunities, and what we focus on at Medco is not the creating of additional access for the uninsured. What we focus on is improving quality, lowering cost, which is really the structural stuff that needs to happen in this country.
But David, just pure math. I mean, if more people are getting health insurance and are covered, it does mean net more business for you guys.
It's good for us.
I mean, it's just basic numbers here.
Yeah, and but I take a much broader view. I've been in healthcare over 30 years now, and I'm very passionate that we need to do the right thing to reform this country. Yes, it's an opportunity for Medco if we create a new entitlement for the 40 million people who are uninsured. Yes. But there's also a great opportunity to get health care right. And, what am I talking about? I'm talking about better management of chronic and complex disease, which is where we spend 96% of the drug money in this country and 75% of the medical money. And Medco's doing something there as well. That's why in the last 3 years we've won over $20 billion worth of new name business, because we're actually working on a healthcare reform plan that gets at these root cause problems that no one else is getting at right now. So that's important, and you can grow because you're doing the right thing. And I think that's what's powerful about the Medco story right now.
All right, I hate to be so number intensive, but if I'm a shareholder and I'm sitting at home and I own your stock, I mean, how does that translate, though, into more business for you? I mean, it comes down to numbers ultimately.
If you think about the people who are paying the bills, they're frustrated when they know they're spending 2 times more in this country for the same sorts of outcomes that European countries are paying.
And you think we'll work that out, or could?
I can tell you exactly how to get there. I've given speeches on this subject. And the truth is we can. Does the current bill that's being debated both on the House side and on the Senate side get to these structural issues? Absolutely not. But we can get there. We know how to get there. A lot of people who are in the healthcare space know how to get there. And Medco has a unique opportunity because pharmacy's wired in this country already. And we're leveraging the power of a wired system to drive much better outcomes. It's really powerful.
All right, we do have to leave it on that note. David, thank you so much. David Snow of Medco Health Solutions.